In the last few years, one technique that has gained a lot of attention is the Midwest finesse technique, otherwise known as the Ned Rig. This little rig was developed by a group of anglers in Kansas whose goal was to catch 100 bass in just 4 hours. They soon realized that by modifying some of Z-Man's ElaZtech plastics and fishing them on small jigs, they could attract more bites than with any other artificial baits. After lots of testing and experimenting, and lots of cutting up baits and gluing them onto jigs, they came up with a rig that allowed them to catch fish after fish, even under really tough conditions. We've partnered with some of these anglers to create a system that will catch fish consistently in almost all situations, even when the bite is tough. The Ned Rig System.
And really the question you get a lot is what kind of rod and line is used for it. And the biggest thing is using 4 to 8 pound line. I like to use braid with a fluorocarbon leader. Some people prefer straight fluorocarbon. But either way, it's the light rod, a light tip, and a fairly light rod is the most important thing with that lighter line. You have a pretty small hook here, so you really don't want to set the hook that hard when you get a bite. It's a lot of just pulling into the fish. But you need that light rod that has a very parabolic bend to it to fight the fish with that light hook and light line. And you can work the bait, cast the bait more effectively with the right setup, and that's something you need to invest in to throw this type of finesse technique.
Initially, smart finesse fishermen made Ned rigs by cutting up ElaZtech baits like the zinkers and gluing them on small mushroom-shaped jig heads. Today, Z-Man offers a variety of ElaZtech baits that are optimized for this style of fishing, right out of the pack without any modification, along with a line of Finesse Shrooms jig heads that complement the plastics perfectly.
So one of the most effective ways to fish the Ned Rig is to swim the bait just off the bottom very slowly. And then once it hits, you just start to shake the rod tip a little bit and keep a steady retrieve. And what that's doing is it's keeping the bait just off the bottom but kind of swimming along the bottom. So another real effective technique is what we call kind of a drag and dead stick technique. And essentially you throw the bait out, you let it sink to the bottom. I like to keep the rod tip low, close to the water. Just drag it real slowly and then give it slack line. You're always wanting to keep the bait on the bottom, in contact with the bottom. So another effective way to fish the Ned Rig is to allow the bait to sink to the bottom, and then instead of just reeling it slowly, what you want to do is pop it off the bottom, reel up the slack, pause and let it fall again. And a lot of times those fish, they'll eat it when the bait is falling. There he is. I saw him leave and go after it and chase it down. See that? He was suspended up under that piling. It's just so subtle they can't resist it. He's a chunker. They just love to fight. Oh yeah, nice one. Look how fat that belly is on that fish too. Just that little bait. Again, look how good he's hooked. Hooks all the way through.
The Finesse Shrooms jig head is the backbone of the perfect Ned Rig. Its unique welded wire keeper makes it easy to rig with ElaZtech baits and keeps the baits from sliding or slipping without the need for gluing or customization. The Finesse Trd is probably the most versatile of the ElaZtech finesse baits. While it resembles a small stick bait, the material composition and salt content are customized to create the perfect sink rate, action, and texture that bass and other game fish can't resist. While no one is sure exactly why the TRD produces so many bites, many feel that it resembles a small crayfish darting towards the bottom with its claws tucked in. The Hula Sticks is a stick-bait tube hybrid that is a smallmouth slayer and has produced some huge fish already despite its small size. When fished on the bottom, its tentacles really come alive. While many finesse anglers commonly fish small tube baits, tubes lay flat and motionless on the bottom when they're stopped. The Hula Sticks, on the other hand, stands up at the perfect angle and never stops moving. When small bait fish are present, the Finesse Shads is the go-to Ned Rig bait. Its slim body mimics the profile of a small minnow, while its worm-like tail quivers with the slightest movement. Combined with a 115-ounce Finesse Shrooms, the sink rate of this bait can be deadly. The greatest thing about the Ned Rig is that it's so easy to use. Maybe the best part of the Ned Rig is the simplicity. Grab a few bags of baits and a few jig heads, and you're ready for a day on the water with almost guaranteed action. So whether you're looking to head to the lake with family for some fun fishing action, or whether you're a tournament angler looking to round out your limit, it's definitely worth adding the Ned Rig to your tackle box.